Hey everyone, Eric Leamy here. You are watching another video from my secondary YouTube channel / YouTube vlog, in which I present to you all my sentimental thoughts coming from my heart and my soul, and my mental oddball shenanigans come from my mind and brain. This is EML77 TV, episode 787, 8:01 p.m., August the 15th, 2020. Hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I had a very relaxing weekend, thank you very much, and hope you guys are feeling blessed as I am. But I want to talk about this year. We're about halfway through the month of August already. We are about 2/3 of this year complete. You know, you kind of look back at the beginning of this year. You figure in the back of your brain, you figured, you know, when 2020 hit, January 1st, you figured it's going to be your year, it's going to be more awesome, it's going to be, everybody thought it was going to be, be a great year. Then the pandemic hit to the point where we had to shut everything down, stay at home, get ourselves quarantined, and everything else in between. All because one guy decided to come back from China after eating bat soup. But here's the thing. I remember, the 1st of January, I woke up. It was on a Wednesday. I woke up sick, but I went to work anyways. This was back in January, mind you. But little did I know that this year was going to be headed into a place where I never thought would be headed before. The crazy thing about it is that it has been very, very tough times we're living in. We're living the toughest times in the world. It drove us crazy to the point where we're taking, there's lots of stuff, people getting angry about things, people blaming politicians, people blaming this person, that person, people being very angry about it. And, a lot of things and tragedies have happened during this whole pandemic. It's been eating away at people from an emotional and mental standpoint. And I'd be lying to you if I said I've been positive throughout this whole year. I have not, But I don't want to be Mr. Negative Nancy throughout the whole thing. What I was trying to do is make an attempt to try to lift some spirits up a little bit, Try to be encouraging to people and everything else. And to let everybody know, it's okay to be angry. It's okay to be upset. I've been there. Excuse me. And there has been a lot of stuff going on. Is life perfect? No. Am I perfect? Nope. And a lot of us had a very tough time. Some of us folks still don't have a job. Some of us are out of work and everything else. I remember, when it was fun, it was weird because when I went on vacation, my first vacation back in March, everything went down. But then my main concern is, am I actually going back to work the week after, So when I came back to work, it was the first 3 days. And then after Wednesday, everything completely shut down. After that Wednesday, everything shut down. I was out of work for basically almost 3 months. Second half of March into the first half of June. I never expected to, I'll be honest with you, I never expected to have that happen to me. Trying to get used to getting back to work and everything else, and then everything was canceled. My favorite, or postponed. In the case of the WEML-TV Festival, it has been postponed. The mayor does not want anything to happen until after September. So whether or not the WEML-TV Festival will happen in September or after Labor Day, it's kind of like, because this year would have been the 50th anniversary of the WEML-TV Festival. And if the WEML-TV Festival does happen, it has to be scaled down a little bit, because unfortunately, with the pandemic going on, we have to be socially distant. We can't go on, possibly no rides this year. So it's basically, isn't going to be easy. And then the Portuguese Feast obviously has been canceled. And yeah, I do admit I was not very happy when those events were either postponed or canceled. I was not very happy about it. I can easily get angry at the politicians for this. I can easily get angry at the doctors who made these advisements at this. I never felt comfortable wearing masks out in public, because you don't act like you're about to rob a bank or something like that, But we have to wear them because to keep each other safe, It's for safety reasons. And safety is the only safety and health reasons are the only reasons why, and that's understandable. Gotta respect that, A lot of people put the blame on Donald Trump. A lot of people, get upset about the Black Lives Matter thing. I try to stay away from politics, and the news, because that's what drags me down. Yes, I'm well aware of what's been going on in our country. I'm well aware of what's been going on in the world. My idea is not to get caught up in that. Try to, that's why I try to play video games or talk about wrestling, and it's even tough to talk about sports, because sports has not been the same since the pandemic hit and ever since it came back. I mean, look at this year. I mean, a lot of players in baseball are opting out for the season, and we only have 60-game limit, which is very, very tough. And and Red Sox are not doing very well. We may end up missing the playoffs. But I wasn't concerned, because I don't expect our New England teams to do a whole lot this year, because we already lost Chris Sale and Eduardo Rodriguez. Remember, this pandemic has really, thrown all the teams and players for a loop. That's something to, that's something to, it's crazy, Look at professional wrestling. The WWE and AEW try to get people in. You got people being tested, and they had some on TV talent, on screen talent being tested positive. We have not seen much of Renee Young is because of that in the WWE because of that reason. It's we have and people complain too much about the things in entertainment that are going on. This shouldn't happen, that shouldn't happen. As I understand, you want people to be safe and healthy and all. I get it, but we don't want to be watching the news 24/7 and get ourselves in a tiff so much to the point where we're gonna go completely bat crazy. And I would say, listen, if you don't want to, listen, we're not afraid to express ourselves and be honest, and that's fine. You gotta respect that. But sometimes you gotta keep your mind out of the situation and try to keep yourself well balanced. Yes, I'm well aware of what's been going on. Like read the room, read this, read that. I say, listen, I understand. Listen, Mother's Day and Father's Day was not very simple for a lot of us this year. Independence Day even. It's something that when the beginning of the year and when the beginning of this whole pandemic, we figured, it won't. I was praying that it wouldn't last this long, and hopefully we get all the events going, like the Portuguese Feast and the WEML-TV Festival, and then news after news. Okay, this is happening and that's happening, and it's like you had to feel in the back of your brain thinking, well, we're not gonna have much of a summer if it keeps up, and we had a total bummer summer. You know, I went back to work June the 15th, and you know, it has been totally strange, and it got to the point where I tried clocking in. You know, I used to work at 7 to 11 in the morning. I tried clocking in early, 15 minutes earlier, so I can get out 15 minutes earlier and make sure I, you know, not interact with anybody, so to speak. I know I'm trying to keep myself socially distant and everything else. You know, and if I have to, I would have to go pick up a few things from the supermarkets and whatnot and everything else. I do most of my shopping online, so there's that. And I can easily say that life this year sucks. I mean, I can be very totally honest. The sad part about it is that none of it's our fault. You know? And like I said, we can blame the politicians, we can blame the doctors for making all these rulings, making all these suggestions and all that. We can blame the government, our local governments. But there's one clear person that we have to blame, and here's how we do that. Grab a mirror and look at the mirror. And look at the person to blame. To us, we blame ourselves. Because we have not done a good job taking care of this country. We have not done a good job respecting each other. We have not, we have not done a good job taking care of one another. Lifting up one another, you know. And for us Christians, we have not done a good job trying to spread the gospel. I blame all of us, each and every one of us, as Americans. Because we have felt like we've not done a good job respecting people's property and respecting each other. I think this is why this pandemic is hit. It's a bit of a message to all of us. Now you may think, oh, it's election year, we got to get Trump out or something like that. Personally, we can blame all the politicians we want. I don't care if you hate Trump or not. Listen, it's not going to solve this problem. All right? It's up to us and our actions. We got to change our ways. It isn't going to be easy. These are tough times, folks. You know, complaining about what's been going on, being upset about what's been going on, it's not going to change. It's not going to solve a problem. Arguing with each other, you know, making fun of the politicians, making fun of each other. Take your anger out on those who are living the better life than you. It's not going to change your situation. This is not going to change all our situations, man. Yes, we live in tough times. We are challenged. Not only physically, but emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. We've been challenged, folks. It's how we come out of it that'll define us. How we handled this situation is going to define us. And I personally feel that this year, we have not done a good job handling all of these situations. We need to do better. I need to do better. Y'all need to do better. Yeah, I'm a born-again Christian. I believe in the Lord Jesus Christ, okay? He died on the cross for me and my sins. And he rose up from the dead again. Firm believer in that. But that doesn't mean I am pure as the driven snow. That doesn't mean I'm perfect. That does not mean I'm better than anybody else. I'm a human being. I sin like everybody else because the Bible says, for all have sinned and come short of the glory of God. Key sentence in that scripture, Romans 3:23, for all have sinned. All, A-L-L. I'm not talking about the detergent that you see on TV and that helps clean our clothes. All, A-L-L. All. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, Christian, Catholic, it doesn't matter. We're all going to sin. Look at this. Flesh. We bleed. You know the song by the Human League? I'm only human, of flesh and blood I'm made. We're all going to make mistakes, and we're all going to sin, folks. But the difference is, I believe that God loves me, no matter what. He don't care what I do. He cares about me. And there's a lot of issues in my life I need to take care of, which I don't have a problem. I can handle them. Question is, how am I going to handle them? That's the big thing. I just try to have an attitude of gratitude and being very thankful for my life. And believe me, it isn't easy trying to keep positive in times like this. It isn't. I could easily say my life sucks. I could. I mean, I have a job that is not top notch. You know, people make fun of me with my job, for goodness sakes. Well, but to me, it's a job and I get paid for it. Sometimes you have to have that attitude going in. The attitude of gratitude. Be thankful. Listen, I live in my parents' basement. Listen, my life's not perfect. A couple of years ago, I was supposed to move in with my sister and my brother-in-law. That fell through. And then come to find out later on that year, she wanted no part of our family anymore. To me, that kind of broke my heart. Because I always believed that families always stick together. And what happened? That has not been the case. I personally, I can easily say I'm upset. I can easily say this year is the worst year ever. And I'll be honest with you, it has been. But that's why I don't post a whole lot on Facebook, on Twitter and all that. It's like there's so many negative things have been inside my heart, and I refuse to let them out. I refuse to, be very angry about it, and I don't want to use it to get attention. But I'm trying to keep my spirits up. I've been trying to keep a good attitude. I've been trying. Trying is the key word. I'm trying. It's a challenge. A challenge I'm willing to accept. Yes, tough times we live in, folks. But we're going to get through them. Now, many people think that voting out Donald Trump will make our country whole again. Folks, sometimes getting rid of things isn't going to restore back what you have lost. When my sister had all those miscarriages, and she finally snapped a couple years ago and refused to speak to any of us, she basically turned her back on everything she was taught when she was a little girl. She had an Instagram account under a different name. Now, many people have asked, have you talked to your sister since then? No, I haven't, unfortunately. What would you say to her if you saw her and confronted her? I would have told her point blank, and I would be honest with her. I would tell her, what you've done, you broke our family's heart. What you've done, you've hurt a lot of people in our family. She claims that she feels sorry for me. Doubt it. Because I chose to, listen, I wanted to move in with my sister and my brother-in-law. You're the one who, and you get upset with my parents for putting me in the basement. She gets upset with my parents. No. If it had not been for yourself, if it had not been for, if Cora, if my sister had not been making that decision of not having me move in, maybe you wouldn't be talking about feeling sorry for me. I would tell my sister, hey, doing all this is not going to bring those children that you've lost back. Listen, being angry and upset at people and taking your anger out on them, it's not going to restore to you anything you've lost. It's not going to make you, taking your anger out on people, complete strangers you don't know, whether it be online or in real life. It's not going to make your life better. It's not going to make you feel better. You're angry, talk to people that you can trust. If you're angry, talk to people that, talk. If you believe in the Lord and believe in the power of prayer, talk to God about it. Talk to your loved ones. Sit down with them and say, hey, I need to talk to you guys about this. Instead of lashing out at people, writing very mean notes to your loved ones, and said, we don't want to see you again or anything like that. That kind of hurt. When my sister Cora wrote that towards my parents and accuses my parents of a lot of things, that kind of broke my heart because they basically raised her up since she was a little girl. And my other sister, Jaira, who started a sell jewelry to give back to the Hasbro Children's Hospital, the hospital that saved her life. She couldn't do that anymore because my other sister was the one that helped her. My sister was the one that helped her. And my sister Cora was like a second mother to my sister Jaira. And after all that's happened, my sister Jaira's heart was broken. I could be easily very angry. I am very, in that situation, the whole situation, I have to admit, I was very, very angry. Very angry and disheartened. I try to love people, especially in my family. But when they decided to basically turn their backs to you for whatever reason, because tragedies happen in their lives, it says stuff to you that basically breaks your heart. You don't know how you feel at this point. Now, I could easily be mad at my parents for ruining my life. I could easily be mad at my father for ruining my life. Well, my dad was trying to do whatever it takes to protect me. It's not easy to understand my father sometimes. But I look back at that and say, well, I'm doing fine, I'm doing okay. Yes, these are tough times we're living in. We live in the toughest times, folks. We live in very tough times. It's how we handle it and how we address it will define us in the end. I'm trying to follow the rules, follow protocol. It's something that we need to do is handle things. we handle our business and we go about our lives, I think we'll be okay. Just follow protocol. It's been different. I get it. Lots of stores put many rules in place, and all we gotta do is just comply and be all right and not give anybody a hard time. We gotta do what we gotta do. I get aggravated when people ask me, "What time is the mall open?" It's like, sheepish. Do we have to go over this over again? You know how many times, since I got back to work, you know how many times people would ask me, what time's the mall open? And here's the crazy part. Someone will hop out of their cars, go to the mall entrance, and start yanking on the doors, and not see the freaking sign there. Read the sign. The schedule is right on there. Then walk away. You don't have to ask me. They read the sign, they still ask me. Time the mall open? Mall open 11? Yeah, mall's open at 11. The mall opens at 11. I'm doing my Bianca Belair impression at this point. The mall opens at 11. The only time some stores in the mall open up earlier is Burlington at 9, T-Mobile outside at 9, and Panera at 10. You got Walmart open up early. You got Shaw's. You got all the grocery stores opened up sometimes. Target will open up early. But the mall opens up at 11. Theater's still closed. Listen, I know, I understand. We're living we got tough times. This is tough times right now. When the going gets tough, the tough get going, folks. We got to remember that. We can do this. Just be patient. Don't rely on the politicians. Don't rely on Donald Trump. It's trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not onto your own understanding. I know people don't believe in God. Some people choose not to believe that God exists. But you've got to stop depending on people sometimes. People will let you down. There's some people out there that can let you down easily. We just got to knock off the sourpuss attitudes. Let's keep going, keep trucking. Yes, we're going to go through obstacles. Yes, we're going to go through challenges. These are tough times. But remember, when the going gets tough, the tough get going. We are challenged every day of our lives. Yes, we Christians go through challenges too. Yes, we so-called perfect angels go through a lot of things. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. We go through. We will conquer. We will win. All you got to do is don't give up. When the going gets tough and the tough get going. Yo, my rap is lame but not flowing. What's up? We can be okay. I'm trying to encourage you guys. I know it's not easy. Listen, I've been through a lot this year. Brother, we'll be okay. Just do not give up. Don't be angry. Don't be a sourpuss. Try thinking positive. Try and try again. Cowboy up. Let's do this. Okay? We know what's going on. I know what's going on in the world. I know it's not easy. But you know what? I'm trying to encourage you all. I'm trying to let you guys know I've been through a lot of things too in my life. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. That's how I feel about it. We're moving right along. Don't worry. We'll be all right. All right, that is it. 787 of EML77 TV has been complete, ladies and gentlemen. I know this has been a long day, and I'm going to try to catch up on a couple of things, and I hope you guys feel blessed. And I figure there's people out there that need to hear this. I know it's been tough. All right, so I'll see you guys later. I'll see you in episode 788. Don't know what I'll do then, but I'll find out eventually. Well, I will do something eventually. See you guys later. Have a great and wonderful night.